they find themselves challenged by a mighty task, try to beat this team ranked 6th in the country. Gerard Tarrant will jump center against Grossenbacher of West Liberty, and the Sharks win the tip, and they work it right to left to the home white away from their bench in the first half. Tarrant's got it, throws it left, over to Spears, back of the foul line to Goodrick. Underneath, it's caught by Tarrant. He sticks it up and in. Tarrant bobbled it for a moment. He gripped it and laid it in. The assist for Goodrick, the field goal for Tarrant. Sharks lead it 2-0. In the right corner it is with Smith, who gets the start. Head of the foul circle over to Hearn, around to the right to Smith. Smith comes to his left. Bounce pass on the cut is deflected and picked up by Goodrick. Over the timeline, Edwards. BJ, a blind pass to the baseline. He threw it away. Over to Dennis. Dennis with the ball, back of the key. Dennis comes all the way down the side of the lane. Running scoop, got it. Dennis scores, and that ties things at 2. Night is young. The evening particularly young here at NSU. And a press, and this is something they do quite often. West Liberty does. They break the press, and the jumper by Spears. He missed a 3 from the left, and the rebound to West Liberty. They work it ahead quickly. Smith, the straightaway 3, hits the rim and pops off. The rebound saved by Dennis. They swing it into the right corner for an open jumper by Monteroso. He misses it, and the rebound underneath is taken by NSU by Tarrant, the team's leading rebounder. Down the baseline, here comes Gibson, and he's fouled. Gibson plowing down the right baseline, banged with his defender, and they've got the foul against West Liberty. Foul committed by Grossenbacher. So Grossenbacher commits the foul, and at the stripe it will be Gibson. Dwayne Gibson fouled in the act, and he misses the first free throw. Gibson does. Dwayne Gibson, 6'5", the sophomore. He averages 12 points a game. And Gibson was right about that average against Lynn on Saturday. He had 11 points and 6 rebounds. He makes the second. He splits the pair, and it is 3-2 Sharks. To forecourt, it is Arnold getting the start. Now they bounce it to the foul line, and they kick it back out. Arnold's got it. Throws it left to Kirkbride. Kirkbride, left of the circle. Now back outside of it to Arnold. He drives in and he kicks it out. Now the pass comes back outside. It's deflected. It's loose. Diving for it is B.J. Edwards, and it deflects out of bounds. So changes to the starting lineup tonight, and I mean wholesale changes by head coach Jim Crutchfield. Not happy with the performance in the last game, the loss to Fairmont State, so the ball's inbounded by West Liberty, and they get it in. Tyler Primer in the ball game. With it, it is Brady Arnold. He bounces it left for a jumper by Griffin. That misses. The rebound, Arnold shovels it into the right corner for a jumper from there. That is missed again. It was missed by Tyler Primer, and the rebound to NSU. Down the floor comes Gibson, goes alley-oop to Harrison Goodrick, who scores. Gibson to Goodrick on the alley-oop, and the Sharks lead it 5-2. To forecourt, Brady Arnold, a 5'8" junior. Gets it back in the foul circle over to Primer. Now to Kirkbride. Kirkbride throws it right to Meininger, who's in. Meininger launches a 3 from the right and buries it. A soft, feathery 3 from the right wing by the 6'5" sophomore from Centerville, Ohio, and a steal. And underneath the rim, reaching up and scoring, is Tyler Primer. The steal by Brady Arnold. So this press immediately causing issues, and the inbounds pass broken up again and knocked out of bounds. And it will go over to West Liberty. So consecutive, successive turnovers by NSU. Now further substitutions as head coach Jim Crutchfield, as they call him, puts his starters in. They inbound the ball, and it's laid in. They inbound it under the bucket to Devin Hearn, the 6'2" senior from Parkersburg, West Virginia. He scores, and just like that, West Liberty leads at 9-5, and another steal. This one by Dennis. Dennis to the foul line, gives inside for a dunk by Dan Monteroso. And again, the press. Let's see how they do against the pressure. They get it in over to Edwards. A lob inside for Tarrant. He slam dunks it with two hands over the side of the rim. Now, this press is very disruptive when it's thrown by West Liberty. Head of the foul circle it is. Around to the right, it's moved. With it, it is Monteroso. It swung around to the left to Grossenbacher. Grossenbacher throws it into the left corner. Now they go baseline. And it's caught there in the jumper up and good by Dan Monteroso. A fadeaway three-point shot in West Liberty, which trailed 5-2, now leads at 14-7. Just like that. Edwards lobs it inside. It's broken up by Hearn, taken away by Smith. Smith into the lane. Smith all the way. The running shot's on the rim and off, but a foul. These guys, friends, can motor. With a blink of an eye, they move the ball from one end of the three-point play, 65-58. If DeWay can hit this free throw, the Sharks would be to within 6. NSU trailed by as many as 12 to this harassing West Liberty team, and he hits the free throw. Gibson does, and West Liberty in front, 65-59, 7-12 to go in the second half here at NSU. Indianapolis comes in here Friday night at 7:30. Right of the circle, Hearn. West Liberty moving that ball around the perimeter. A three-ball, Monteroso. He scores again. Dan Monteroso, and what a night he's had. He has 30 in the ball game, and the inbounds is broken up and knocked out of bounds. Last touched by the Sharks. West Liberty has it on a turnover by NSU. The lead is 9, 68-59. Dan Monteroso won't miss. He can hit that shot from the parking lot. Goodness gracious. Arnold's got it. Brady Arnold throws left to Hearn, on the right to Arnold. Brady Arnold to the base, backs in, scoops it right of the foul circle over to Tyler Primer. Baseline right. Once again, it's Monteroso, shoves it right for an Arnold three, in and out. Leaping for the rebound is Max Kurkowski for NSU. Sharks ball, 68-59. Still a lot of time, 6:19 to go. Gibson right sideline, bounces it in deep over to Goodrick. He muscles it up, blocked from behind by Monteroso and grabbed by Primer. So West Liberty has the ball. And they're up by 9. Exploding to the hoop is Monteroso, and he scores, erupting down the baseline and driving briskly. 70-59. NSU now down by 11. And again the press. Zooming over the timeline, B.J. Edwards ahead of 3 men, but back there to knock it away and over the end line is Hearn. And it will be NSU ball. 5:44 to go. As David Dennis checks into the ball game and sitting down Devin Hearn. Meanwhile, Tarrant will replace Kurkowski for NSU. The Sharks have lost 3 straight. West Liberty coming in following the loss to Fairmont State, a loss that dropped them from the number 1 spot in D2 nationally. 3 ball is missed by Goodrick, but the rebound saved by B.J. Edwards. NSU with the ball. NSU down 70-59. Or absent for his 3-point shooting. Head of the key, it's Edwards. He drives in, keeps moving, and scores. A running shot by B.J. Edwards. 70-61. NSU now down by 9. Head of the key, it is Dennis. Right side, line over to Arnold. Back over to Dennis. Dennis comes left behind the Grossenbacher screen to Monteroso. They swing it around to the right over to Arnold. Into the right corner to Primer. Primer gets it to the edge of the lane to Grossenbacher. It's swung around to the left. Dennis has got it now to Arnold. He raises up for 3 and misses it and grabs his own rebound. Head of the key, Grossenbacher a 3 on the rim and off. And Goodrick the rebound for NSU. And it's Sharks ball. Driving the base, it is Huffine. He missed an easy one. And the rebound taken by Grossenbacher. Monteroso winds and weaves into the front court. Gets it over to Primer, now to Arnold, around to the right over to Grossenbacher, on the right for the Monteroso 3. He hit another! Monteroso with 33 points in this ball game. Dan Monteroso is uncontainable, irrepressible. And a timeout is taken with the Sharks now down by 12, and that matches the largest. It's education of teachers, preparing teachers for the classroom. All right, NSU with the ball. NSU now down by a dozen, 4:25 to go, and the press incessant all night continues. Sharks have committed 20 turnovers in this game. They had 23 turnovers against Lynn the other night. Goodrick, a short hook in the lane, is missed. And the rebound, Monteroso, he's doing it all. He rebounds and he can shoot from anywhere. On the left wing it is with Dennis, the point guard, David Dennis. On the right side, line over to Hearn. Now to Tyler Primer, the 6'4 sophomore. Once again over to Hearn. Hearn holds the ball, foul line over to Grossenbacher, knocked away by Edwards, but they rescue. West Liberty does. On the right, a three ball by Hearn is missed short. The rebound taken by Harrison Goodrick. A long pass ahead, caught by Tarrant, and Tarrant will wait for traffic to clear. 73-61, Sharks down a dozen. A long three by Gibson, rattles in and out. And the rebound taken by Hearn. Hearn protects, gives it over to Dennis, and Dennis gets it over the timeline. David Dennis, the 6'1 sophomore, driving. Monteroso, he scores again. A soft driving shot by Monteroso over the foul line into the lane. He scores. He has 35 in this game. The other way, here comes NSU. Driving shot is missed by Edwards. The rebound, Tarrant. He scores at 75-63 with 2:58 to go. The NSU bench very quiet. Jim Crutchfield stirring and pacing in front of that West Liberty bench on the far side. The Hilltoppers of West Liberty, not to be confused with the Mountaineers of West Virginia. They're in the same state. Meanwhile, timeout is taken by West Liberty. We'll keep it here. 75, one scoreless minute. He was a freshman then, and of course now Farrell is a senior. West Liberty will have the ball. They'll inbound it from in front of their bench on the far side. Crutchfield wearing a tie. That matches the school colors, may I say. Left of the foul circle, it is with Dennis. He gets it over to Hearn. Hearn launches a baseline jumper and scores a long two. His feet straddling the three-point line. If you're wondering, last year the D2 championship was won by Augustana. And the year before, of course, it was Florida Southern of the Sunshine State Conference. Left sideline, it's Edwards. Edwards against Monteroso. What a player he is. He's a D1 player with no question of that. And backing in is Harrison Goodrick in the foul against West Liberty. West Liberty averages 98.6 points per game, and with 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go, they've got only 77, so perhaps the Sharks can take solace holding West Liberty down below their average as Goodrick goes to the stripe. But tonight the issue was handling the ball, getting it over the timeline. Turnover after turnover against the press that harasses their opponent. And they do it game in and game out. It's incessant, it's vexing, it's irritating, it's startling at times because they pop those presses off both makes and misses. Next free throw is good, 77-65. Never quite saw a defense that can rattle and fluster an opponent and phase them so quickly. A one-hander in the air and in the bucket for Dennis. So Dennis, the point guard, David Dennis, the 6'1 sophomore who averages 6 assists a game, took matters into his own hands then and scored it at 79-65. The lead is 14. That's the largest of the game for the opponent. Three ball missed by Spears, the rebound. Goodrick, he backs in, puts it up over Grossenbacher, who got a piece of the shot, and under the rim it's taken away by Monteroso. And Monteroso with the ball in the front court of the right sideline. Monteroso straightens up, 1:13 to go. They get it on the left sideline to Grossenbacher. Now to Hearn. Hearn against Spears. NSU man for man. Fakes left, comes into the lane. He spins all the way. The one-hander up and missed off the front of the rim. And it's rebounded by Tarrant. The team's leading rebounder. Tarrant averaging 10 rebounds a game for NSU. Edwards spins and bangs with his defender. He shouldered with Grossenbacher, and the foul committed by the West Liberty Hilltoppers. Foul committed by Devin Hearn. Devin Hearn commits that foul. So Edwards is at the stripe. 79-65. B.J. Edwards getting set, and the first free throw is up, and it is good. So the Sharks tonight being led by Gerard Tarrin with 19. I believe Tarrin had 22 in the first game. Next free throw is up and good by Edwards, and B.J. tonight with 5 points. Meanwhile, Troy Spears with 17. Dwayne Gibson just 3 of 11 from the field, still 8 points for him. Hearn's got the ball, gets it into the right corner over to Monteroso. 36 seconds to go in the game. Left of the circle it is with Dennis. Dennis puts on a little dribbling exhibition. They get it over to Meininger, now to Monteroso. He drives, he scores, and he was fouled in the act of shooting, and the points mount for Dan Monteroso. In fact, Darren Hendricks is running out of room on his score sheet. He has 39 points here today for the West Liberty Mountaineers, Hilltoppers. You're getting me confused. I started talking about the Mountaineers of West Virginia. There is another team, of course, that call the Hilltoppers. You know who that is, Darren? I bet you don't. I'll give you a second to think about it. At the foul line, Spears, he throws left, caught by Edwards. His three is missed, and a rebound is tipped by Spears over to Edwards. At SU, the long pass goes to Grossenbacher, no one there. He scores with 7 seconds to go. It's 84-67. In case you were wondering, it's Western Kentucky. And they are the Hilltoppers, as are Lee's West Liberty Hilltoppers. And there's the buzzer and the game order. Dave Halberstam back here courtside. In less than 4 minutes of play, the Sharks have already committed 5 turnovers. That press is quite something by West Liberty. The first free throw is up and missed by Brandon Smith. He is a 6'4 junior from Sandusky, Ohio. Smith is. He averages 9.5 points a game, and the next free throw is up and good, and it is 15-7 after Brandon Smith splits the pair. Now the press again. It's inbounded by Gibson over to Spears. He's doubled up in backcourt, and he throws it from one sideline to the right sideline over to Gibson. Gibson gets it over the timeline. He gives over to Spears. On the right to Tarrant. Now they swing it to Allenfall, who's in. To Spears, to the baseline, over to Tarrant. Tarrant's pass broken up. Spears goes for it, but getting there first and taking it is Dan Monteroso. Monteroso over the timeline. On the left to Hearn. Hearn to the edge of the lane, around to the right over to Smith. Now to the right corner for the jumper, Grossenbacher. He misses it. And a two-handed rebound corralled by NSU's Harrison Goodrick. Allenfall's got it. Allenfall has it broken up, and it's stolen away again in the pass. A careless pass by Hearn intended for Smith. He threw it over his shoulder. He threw it blindly from the right baseline to the left baseline, and it went out of bounds. Well, the Sharks continue to turn it over. This press by West Liberty, disruptive, and it is vexing NSU. Now remember, Gibson can handle the ball, but Edwards, who generally is the point guard, had a rough game against Lynn the other night. 4 assists and 4 turnovers. And not against a press. A 3-ball is missed by Spears, and the rebound at Grossenbacher of West Liberty. He lobs it over the timeline to Hearn. Now to Dennis. Dennis back out over to Hearn for 3. In and out. The rebound poked into the air by Goodrick, and it deflects out of bounds. It will be NSU ball. And again, 4 substitutions made by West Liberty. Jim Crutchfield, the head coach, putting a whole bunch of new players back out on the floor. We'll pick it up as it goes, and it's inbounded side court of the backcourt by Gibson. He gets it in over to Allenfall. Spears has got it in the front court. He gives inside over to Tarrant. He muscles it up and in. So they break the press, and Tarrant scores under the rim, and it's 15-9. NSU down half a dozen. Eric Meininger, the 6'5 sophomore, has the ball. They swing it around to the left over to Brady Arnold. On the right to Kirkbride. Now Arnold has it again. 16-footer is hit it out. The rebound deflected, batted back by Arnold, and he went barging into the first row of seats. Knocked down a couple of chairs. He's okay. Gets up. He's back in. And the ball will be inbounded side court to the backcourt. It was off West Liberty, and Gibson inbounds it in backcourt over to Harrison Goodrich. Double team deep in the backcourt. Offensive foul. Harry elbowed down one of the men in the double team. And Harrison Goodrich turns it over. Sharks really being mesmerized, confounded by that press. Ball's inbounded on the side over to James Griffin. Griffin is from Australia. They get it over to Kirkbride. Inside of it to Meininger. He has it banged out of his hands and out of bounds over the end line. 13:55 to go in the first half. West Liberty, which has dominated the floor game, causing havoc, making NSU to commit one turnover after another, but leads it by just 6. Arnold's got the ball. They swing it into the right corner for a jumper. That's an air ball by Tyler Primer, but saved by West Liberty. The side jumper by Kirkbride is missed, and the rebound taken by Gibson. Spears over midcourt. Spears accelerates into the lane, and he is fouled on the drive. So the foul against West Liberty, that stops the clock at the 13:34 mark of the first. And again, 4 substitutions made. And the 4 players who are on the floor sit down. And Carl Allenfull comes out. Orap checks in. Sharks will now go with Gibson, Tarrant. Stuckey's in with Goodrich and Orap. Gibson out of the post. The one-hander is missed. The rebound underneath taken by Monteroso. Quickly to front court, Smith. Smith kicks it out of it to Monteroso. Right of the foul circle it is. Around to the left it's moving. Into the left corner. The jumper's up and good by David Dennis, the 6'1 sophomore. And he makes it 18-9 as West Liberty has double the score on NSU. Goodrich snaps it left over to Orap. Orap had a good game against Lynn the other night. Now Stuckey will calm things down for the Sharks. They get a baseline over to Goodrich. Goodrich backs in. He turns. The one-hander's up, in and out, and back in. He got that one, Goodrich did, over Zach Grosenbacher, the 6'8 senior. Quickly the other way comes West Liberty. Right of the foul circle, Brandon Smith. He gets it baseline over to Dennis. Dennis drives down the base and stepped out of bounds. It will go back to the NSU Sharks. 12:37 to go in the first half, and NSU trailing in this ball game 18-11. Gibson is out, and back in, or in for the first time, is Remy Farrell. Excuse me, that is Huffine, Pat Huffine, who's in the ball game for NSU. Huffine inbounds it over to Goodrich. Again the press, and they throw it away as West Liberty has it, and a driving shot is up and good by David Dennis on the pass from David Hearn. And the inbounds over to Goodrich. Goodrich gets it to Huffine to the middle of the floor over to Stuckey. Sharks down 20-11, and you don't want to look at the turnover numbers because they're ugly. Underneath, Tarrant, missed the dunk. He missed it over Zach Grosenbacher, but they got a foul on Grosenbacher. Again, the officials for the ball game tonight, Carlos Gonzalez, Curtis Klein, and John Connolly. Gonzalez, a veteran of many of these wars in the SSC, officiated for 4 years in the SEC, the Southeastern Conference. Here's Tarrant at the stripe for the NSU Sharks, and the first free throw by Gerard Tarrant is good. He averages 10.5 points a game. Tarrant does. Meanwhile, sitting down is Grosenbacher for West Liberty as head coach Jim Crutchfield continues to substitute and do so frequently and liberally. Next free throw is up and good by Tarrant. And it is West Liberty ball. West Liberty ahead 20-13. Head of the foul circle it is with Dennis. Dennis hangs onto the ball against Stuckey. Dennis comes left, bounces it left, over to Hearn, into the left corner of the Monteroso. Three, a beauty. Falling backwards into the NSU bench. Dan Monteroso, the 6'3 junior, who had 32 points in the loss to Fairmont State the other night, makes it 23-13. Stuckey, a three, is in and out, and Monteroso, the rebound for West Liberty. Goes behind the back as he comes over the timeline. They swing it into the right corner, where Hearn has got it. Now to the middle of the floor to Brandon Smith, and back over to Hearn. Hearn with a jumpy dribble. Throws left to Dennis, around to the right for the jumper that's up by Griffin. He missed it. The offensive rebound is grabbed and laid up and in by David Hearn. A long rebound, and that was a long 5 to 7 foot layup. NSU with the ball. They break the press. It's 25-13. A running pass by Stuckey to Taryn, and he dunks the ball. Stuckey faking the shot and throwing a soft pass to Taryn, rim high, and Taryn dunked the ball. 25-15. West Liberty with the ball. They're wearing the road black. Back of the circle, Smith has got it. Smith throws left to Griffin, and Griffin bangs with his defender. The ball pops free and ends up out of bounds. And the media timeout is here. 10:41 to go in the first half. 41 to go in the opening half here at NSU. West Liberty and the NSU Sharks. It's NSU ball, and again the press. Huffine gets it in, and it's fumbled out by Gibson, but it was knocked out by West Liberty. And the Sharks will try it again against the press. It's thrown in on a bounce pass by Huffine over to Stuckey. Now to Gibson and over to Stuckey, who has it knocked away, but it's rescued by Orap. Orap, middle of the floor. Orap comes around to the right. Orap hangs onto the ball. Ball poked free. It's loose at the baseline. Picked up by Gibson with 12 to shoot. Now to the baseline of it to Farrell. Back outside of it to Gibson. Gibson drives the base. Running shot is good. So Gibson scores. It's 25-17. NSU down 8. Straightaway three ball is up, and it is missed. It was missed by Smith, and the rebound taken by Farrell of NSU. He gets it in backcourt over to Huffine. And a lob pass by Stuckey, taken by Gibson, and they've got a call. And this one's against NSU. Is that a 10-second violation? I believe it is. It is a 10-second violation, so that's yet another turnover caused by the press. All right, West Liberty with the ball. On the left sideline it is with Monteroso. He gets it to Dennis and back over to Monteroso. He drives in, running shot is good. Monteroso, who shoots 65% from the field, gives West Liberty a 10-point lead. They lob it over the timeline to Orap. Now inside of it to Farrell. Farrell is stopped by Griffin, and he kicks it out to Stuckey. It swung around to the left over to Orap. Now to the middle of the floor to Stuckey. Right sideline again over to Huffine, and they've got a whistle at the baseline and a foul against West Liberty. Foul committed by David Dennis. Goodrick, Taryn, Spears, and Edwards will check in as Gary Toole puts 4 new fresh jerseys onto the floor. Sharks down by 10 with 9:20 to go in the first half to this team, West Liberty. A week ago, they were ranked number 1 of the country. D2 straightaway three by Spears is in and out. The rebound, Goodrich, short shot, miss, but a foul. And this foul is against West Liberty. It's against Griffin. No, James Griffin, who averages 6 points a game. He's a 6'5 sophomore. He fouled his countryman, Harrison Goodrick. The two of them are from Australia. Griffin is from Brisbane, Australia, and of course Goodrick from Sydney. And the free throw by Harry, the first to 2, is a miss. Rosenbacher checks into the ball game, and Griffin sits down. Griffin is from Brisbane, which is about 600 miles up the coast, the eastern coast of Australia, from Harry's town of Sydney. Harry hits the next free throw, and it's 27-18. West Liberty ahead by 9. A potent offensive team this West Liberty team is. With it, it is Dennis into the left corner to Monteroso. Back to Dennis at the foul line to Grossenbacher. Now to Dennis. He shoots a three. It's in and out. And reaching high for the rebound is Tarrant, and it's NSU ball. And this team presses off misses, as they do right now. And Edwards snaps it over the timeline. It's caught by Tarrant in the front court. And another foul against West Liberty. This foul committed by David Hearn. He pronounces it Hearn, but he spells it H-O-E-H-N. 6'2", the senior from Parkersburg, West Virginia. It's inbounded by NSU. Inbounded over to Goodrich. Harry kicks it out to Edwards into the right corner over to Gibson. Gibson snaps it, head of the foul circle over to Spears. Now to Goodrich. Lob pass intended for Tarrant. Hits the backboard and taken away by West Liberty. Yet another NSU turnover. Dennis has got it into the right corner to Grossenbach. Now to the head of the foul circle it is with Hearn. Now to Dennis, around to the left. Hearn, he catches and fires a three. Missed it long. Rebound Grossenbacher. They swing it into the right corner for their jumper. That's good by Brady Arnold. The 5'8" junior from Millersburg, Ohio. He averages 9.5 points a game, and it's 30-18, the visitors. Spears has got the ball. He hands it off over to Tarrant, and it's knocked out of his hands and out of bounds by Brady Arnold of West Liberty. West Liberty coming in at 7-1, following the loss to Fairmont State, which dropped them from number 1 of the country to number 6 off the inbounds. The Goodrich three is missed. The rebound, Gibson, he sticks it up and in. He took it away from two Hilltoppers of West Liberty under the rim. 30-20, Sharks down 10. Grossenbacher left sideline. Head of the foul circle it is with Brady Arnold at 5'8". Right to the foul circle to Monteroso. Now to Arnold, middle of lane to Grossenbacher. He bangs with Goodrich, kicks it out for a three ball. Monteroso, and he nails it. As this guy missed, he is amazing. He is 4 of 4 from the field, and he shoots at 65%. Again, the press and the lob pass in the backcourt by Spears to Gibson, and Gibson dribbles it over the timeline. Kicks it out over to Edwards. Sharks look like they're settling down just a bit. Back of the foul line it is with Tarrant. Throws right over to Gibson. Launches a three. Hits the rim, pops off. Rebound tipped into the air by Goodrich and taken away by West Liberty. Monteroso to the base. Right to the foul circle for the jumper. That's up and missed by Hearn. And the rebound cradled by Tarrant. Edwards over the timeline. Into the left corner. Three ball. Spears, a beauty. Edwards the assist. Spears the three from the left corner. It's 33-23. Sharks down by 10, keeping this West Liberty team on a short leash. On the right sideline is Monteroso. Drives in the running shot. Got it. Little Monteroso connecting over the big guy, 6'8", Goodrich. Monteroso at 6'3". He threw it up right over Goodrich. Monteroso did. Spears with the ball. Spears into the lane. Throws it right over to Gibson. He spins and keeps spinning. The driving shot is missed. The rebound taken by Gibson. Now they get it into the corner to Tarrant. NSU sets it up to our left. 35-23. Sharks down a dozen. 5:57 to go. Edwards with it. Edwards tilts his body. He comes left. Throws it into the left corner. Gibson's got it. Gibson has it against Brady Arnold. Now to Spears in deep. Over to Goodrich. He muscles it in, but it won't count. They've got a foul, an offensive on Harrison Goodrich. Sharks being outscored in points off turnovers, 16-2. Goodness. West Liberty 35. The NSU Sharks 23. It's West Liberty ball. And over the midcourt line for the West Liberty Hilltoppers is David Dennis. Dennis right wing. Throws left to Monteroso. Now to the baseline to Arnold. Now kicks it right over to Dennis. Underneath over to Meininger. Back to Dennis. And around to the left to Monteroso, who traveled. So finally a turnover by West Liberty. Sharks ball. They're down 35-23. NSU really struggling mightily against this press, and the press by West Liberty incessant. It just won't go away. Orap will try his turn against the press, and he is able to get across the timeline without a turnover. Gives it over to Spears. Spears into the lane. He shovels it up under the rim and scores. He sliced through a double team in the lane and scored under the rim. Spears did. 35-25. Brady Arnold with it. Into the corner, Monteroso a three. He finally missed. The rebound, Grossenbacher. Throws it right over to Dennis. Now to Grossenbacher for three. He missed it badly. The rebound under the rim to NSU. Edwards down the right sideline, comes into the front court, lost the handle, taken away by Dennis. Meininger gets it from Monteroso, who dunks the ball. 37-25, NSU down a dozen. Edwards with the ball. Edwards over midcourt. Edwards runs into a trap as he crossed the timeline. Meininger and Monteroso were right there to gang up on him. And the foul committed by Meininger. 37-25. Kurkowski checks in for the first time tonight for NSU, and sitting down will be Tarrant. Meanwhile, West Liberty is over the foul limit, so 1-1 here for the NSU Sharks, who trail by those 12 points, and B.J. Edwards is at the stripe. B.J. had 4 assists but 4 turnovers in the loss to Lynn. And the free throw by B.J. is up and good, and that is his first point of the night. Gerard Tarrant with 10 points for NSU. Meanwhile, a lane violation against the Sharks, so that negates the second free throw that B.J. Edwards would have taken. And the ball given to West Liberty. Dennis works it over the timeline. Dennis to the head of the key. Dennis hands it off over to Monteroso, defended by B.J. Edwards. West Liberty to our right, and the road black. With it, it is Smith. Brandon Smith bounces it for Monteroso. 8 to shoot. Into the lane comes Monteroso. The driving shot is missed. The rebound tipped in by Zach Grossenbacher. 6'8" senior from Parkersburg, West Virginia. And again, the press. NSU being tested, facing a crucible on every trip down the floor. Orap to Kurkowski under the rim, and he scored. 39-27, West Liberty by a dozen. Head of the foul circle, Monteroso on the left sideline to Brady Arnold from the left wing to the right wing over to Dennis. Back to Arnold, he shoots, hits the rim, pops off, and it's rebounded by Felipe Souza, who's now in the game. Edwards again being challenged by Dennis, gets it over to Orap. Orap over the timeline, lost the handle, but Souza rescues. NSU with it, a 3-ball by Huffine. Hits the rim, bounce way up there. The rebound, Orap, he reaches up, and he's fouled. Oh, the clock stopped with 3:06 to go. And West Liberty in front, 39. Well, how potent is this particular conference? The conference in which West Liberty plays, the Mountain East Conference. Well, Fairmont State is 4th in the nation, D2. West Liberty tonight, the opponent of NSU, is ranked 6th. And Wheeling Jesuit is ranked 10th. So they have 3 teams in the top 10, the Mountain East Conference. Orap hits the Smith again. West Liberty with it. Up 10. There's 1 loss all year. They're 7-1. West Liberty is. 3-ball by Monteroso is in and out, pinballed out. Rebounded by Kurkowski, and he's fouled by Smith. Brandon Smith is charged with his second foul of the game, so they walk it to the other side of the timeline. The good news for NSU, the Sharks have committed just 3 team fouls. West Liberty has committed 9. Sharks being led by Gerard Tarrant with 10. But how about Dan Monteroso? He has 17 points on 7 of 10 from the floor. Kurkowski misses the first of the 1-and-1. Grossenbacher the rebound, and West Liberty with the ball. Arnold to Smith, around to the left to Grossenbacher. Now to Smith, who's bearded. Left of the foul circle over to Dennis. He penetrates, he's underneath. Shot blocked. It was blocked by Felipe Souza, but they've got the foul against that man, Souza. So a 10-point lead for West Liberty, and this one is in the act of shooting. So free throws upcoming here for David Dennis, a poised 6'1" sophomore. And he is from Canal, Winchester, Ohio, and he misses the first of the two-shot foul. As Gibson checks into the ball game, Spears is back in. Sharks will go with Spears, Gibson, Taryn, Remy Farrell, and B.J. Edwards. Next free throw is up and good, so David Dennis splits the pair. He averages 14 points a game, and he's the top assist man at 6 assists per game. And the press again. Let's see how NSU does this time. Edwards gets it over the timeline. He works Monteroso to the head of the key and backs it out to the right sideline. Middle of the floor to Spears, overhead to the left, over to Gibson. Gibson hangs onto the ball. Middle of the baseline, over to Taryn. Back outside, over to Gibson. Gibson against Monteroso, head of the foul circle. Edwards around to the right, over to Spears. Middle of the floor, over to Gibson with 4 to shoot. Gibson into the lane, running shot missed. Poked into the air by Farrell, and the foul is against NSU. Shark foul against Remy Farrell. It's interesting to note that Remy Farrell, a senior, played against this team, this opponent, West Liberty, the only time these two teams played. That was 4 years ago when Farrell was a freshman. A steal by Edwards. He takes it in the other way and misses the rebound. Taryn, and he scores. So finally, NSU giving West Liberty a piece of its own medicine. 40-31 as the Sharks score off a turnover. Underneath the rim, the one-hander is missed. The rebound put in there. It was good by Dennis, and a foul following up on the miss by Monteroso. And the foul on Farrell's his second of the ball game. And to the stripe will be David Dennis, who sacrificed his body on that occasion, going for the rebound and scoring and falling hard on his back. Three-point play is up and good by the sophomore, Dennis. That makes it 43-31. The lead is now 12. And into the ball game comes Zach Kirkbride. He too played 3 years ago when the teams played for the only time in their history here at NSU. And right on the inbounds, another foul. And this one's against West Liberty. It's against Devin Hearn. Again, Hearn spells it H-O-E-H-N, the gifted 6'2 senior, who averages 16 points a game, but he pronounces it Hearn. And to the other side of the timeline, with West Liberty in the double penalty, Spears shoots twice. Free throw is up, and good it is by Spears. Troy Spears, who played under the weather the other day against Lynn, had 7 points in the contest. Next free throw is good as Spears hits a pair, the dogged 6'4 junior. And it's 43-33. Dennis to forecourt, barking out instructions for West Liberty. On the left side, line over to Hearn. Hearn to the back of the key, around to the right over to Dennis. Straight out, it's moved, and once again around to the left over to Hearn. To Monteroso in the left corner. Monteroso gives it up over to Kirkbride. Kirkbride throws it back into the left corner to Griffin. He drives in, running scoop is missed, and it's yanked down by Farrell, who has it poked free. It's batted back at the end line by Griffin, but he stepped out, and it will be NSU ball. So it is Sharks ball. They'll have it in backcourt again. West Liberty sets up its press. It's inbounded over to Farrell, who's hounded and harassed by Griffin. Gets rid of it over to Gibson. They'll have to hurry to beat the 10-second violation, and they've got another 10-second violation against NSU. I thought that was a quick 10, but the veteran official, Carlos Gonzalez, made that call. Now, Gonzalez is talking with one of the other two officials, and the decision remains intact. NSU commits its second 10-second violation, and now the Sharks have committed 14 first-half turnovers. 43-33. Sharks down, though, by just 10. Kirkbride's got it. Now they get it to Grossenbacher. Left sideline, over to Hearn, around to the right to Dennis. Blind pass for the one-hander, Grossenbacher. That bounces off. Reaching for the rebound is Kirkbride, and they've got a foul. So that stops the clock with 38.7 seconds to go. Fouls on Kirkbride, and they'll walk it to the other side of the timeline where the Sharks will shoot twice. And B.J. Edwards, the pesky 6 feet even junior, the shifty player from Fort Myers, gets set to shoot 2 free throws. Edwards is averaging 9.3 points per game, and the first free throw touches all parts of the rim and bounces off. Souza comes onto the floor, and he'll replace Farrell. And Huffine checks into the ball game. He'll replace Tarrant. So the Sharks will wind down the first half with Gibson, Spears, Edwards, Souza, and Huffine. 38.7 seconds to go in the half. 43-33, and the Edwards free throw is up and good. 43-34 after Edwards splits the pair. 5 seconds separating the two clocks, and it's West Liberty ball. Hearn's got it, gets it to Monteroso, around to the right of it to Dennis. He backs it out. Now to Hearn, and over to Dennis. 21 seconds to go in the half. And a steal by Edwards. Dennis threw it away to him. All the way driving and missing is Gibson. The rebound hits the shoulder of Spears. It comes out wildly, and it's taken by Edwards. He drives in, he shoots, he missed it, but he was fouled in the act of shooting with 5.6 seconds remaining. And that thing looked like, and he missed. BJ started the night as the team's best for 38 wins and 58 losses. All right, Edwards is at the foul line. Sharks trail 43-34. And BJ settles at the line and pops, and good it is. And now it's 43-35. Let's see if the Sharks can hold Liberty here. With it, it is Dennis. He has it banged out of his hands and out of bounds. Gibson going for the steal, banged it over the far sideline. And who will get the ball here? They'll say it was off NSU, and it'll be inbounded by Kirkbride of West Liberty. He gets into Monteroso, puts up a turnaround three from 30 and misses it, and that will do it. Well, a wild, if not scruffy and disruptive first half with all the Marvin Webster, the human eraser, played at Morgan State. And there were even a couple of D3 players who played well in the NBA. Jack Sikma from Illinois Wesleyan, and Terry Porter, who played for the Blazers all those years from Wisconsin Stevens Point. All right, West Liberty with the ball to start the second half. And the Hilltoppers lead at 43-35. Grossenbacher throws it left. The pass deflected by Gibson, but grabbed by Dennis. He spins in and throws it out of it to Monteroso. Now around to the right to Hearn. Right sideline to Grossenbacher, and straight out for a three ball. That is missed. It was missed by Monteroso. And the rebound is taken by NSU. In a forecourt come the Sharks. They work it left to right of the home white. Gibson's got the ball. Head of the key over to Spears. Around to the left to Edwards. Now to Tarrant and over to Goodrick. Goodrick double team. Ball poked free, and they've got a foul against the visitors from West Liberty. Foul is on Grossenbacher, and quickly that is his third foul of the ball game. So the ball will be triggered underneath. B.J. Edwards, the guard from the other side of the state, inbounds the ball. NSU with it. Edwards has it, gets it over to Goodrick, and the pass underneath is caught by NSU's Tarrant, and they've got another call, another foul against West Liberty. And this foul's on Brandon Smith. And that is 3 on Smith. So the ball will be triggered immediately. West Liberty has committed 2 fouls. Second minute of the second half. Goodrick backs in, flips it out on the left over to Spears. Back over to Goodrick. Turned around 10-footer is in and out and back in. Out of the low left block, Dwayne Gibson scores. And the Sharks are to within 6 despite all the issues handling the ball. Left corner, Grossenbacher, head of the foul circle to the point guard, Dennis. He blasts into the lane, throws it into the left corner for the open Monteroso, and he scores. You cannot keep him open, and he had daylight. 46-37. NSU now trails by 9. Gibson all the way. The running scoop is missed. Tipped in by Goodrick, who came smashing through for the rebound. 46-39. Sharks are down by 7. A running shot is missed by Monteroso, and the rebound pulled down by Harrison Goodrick. Edwards looks at the bench, gets instructions from head coach Gary Toole, and works it over the timeline. They get it inside of it to Spears. He has it knocked away. He gets it back and rolls it up and in. He shoved it up under the rim, and it almost died of exhaustion, but toppled in over the front of the rim. 46-41. Sharks down 5. A 3-ball in the air is missed by Hearn. The rebound, Tarrant bounces it to the middle of the floor. A bad pass. Hearn inside of it to Monteroso. He scoops it up and in. Switching hands in midair underneath the rim, the terrific player, Dan Monteroso, 6'3", a polished junior, and another steal. And Monteroso has it again. The short bank is good after the steal by Devin Hearn. And suddenly turnovers beginning to mount again. It's inbounded over to Gibson. Gibson over the timeline. Sharks are down by 9. Edwards at the middle of the floor. Edwards comes right of the foul circle over to Tarrant. Lifts it over the head. Back of the foul line to Harry Goodrick. Left sideline to B.J. Edwards. Now over to Spears. Coaxes his defender into the air. He gives over to Gibson. He drives in. He misses the rebound. Goodrick. He misses the rebound. Tarrant. He scores. Well, the Sharks with good opportunities then. And the lead back down to 7. It's West Liberty 50. NSU 43. Kirkbride is now in. He throws it right over to Hearn. Devin Hearn, the 6'2 senior. Hearn throws it left to the foul circle. Kirkbride has got it. Now once again to Grossenbacher. Into the left corner to Hearn. He starts to drive and he walked with the ball. Devin Hearn did. Hearn averages 16 points a game. NSU will have the ball. Wholesale substitutions again for West Liberty. They did this early in the first half. Tyler Primer is in. Brady Arnold is in. And they press immediately. And coming away with a steal for the West Liberty Hilltoppers is James Griffin, and he was fouled. So Griffin ambushing NSU, coming up with a steal. And he was fouled by Gibson. And Gibson is tagged with a second foul of the ball game. So this one will be an inbound, and it will be inbounded by David Dennis, the poised 6'1 sophomore. He inbounds the ball over to Tyler Primer. Now they get it into the corner to Dennis. His pass goes underneath. It's grabbed by Meininger, and his shot is blocked under the rim, and NSU has it. Sharks ball down 7. Goodrick's got it. Goodrick has his pocket picked. Picked by Dennis, who drives in, lays it up and misses. Tipped in there. Brady Arnold with a chip in it. It's 52-43. And again, pressure in backcourt. And Stuckey works it over the timeline on James Griffin. 52-43. Sharks need a point guard who can handle this issue. Straightaway 3 by Spears is missed short. And the rebound taken by Meininger of West Liberty. On the right sideline of the front court, it's Brady Arnold. He kicks it out on the left for a 3-ball. That's missed by Dennis. And the rebound defensively to NSU. And the Sharks work it ahead as Gibson's got it. Gibson over midcourt. He spins around. Arnold throws it right where it's caught by Spears. Goes baseline over to Harry Goodrick. Now to Spears. Thought about a 3 and thought second of it. Stuckey has the ball with 12 to shoot. Around to the right over to Spears. 14:48 to go in the second half. And the Sharks down 9 and in possession. Stuckey with 3 seconds gets it out for a 3-ball. That is up and good by Tarrant. Is that a 3 or a 2? It's a 2. His feet were on the line. The lead is down to 7. And the visitors from West Liberty have the ball. Right of the circle, Dennis. He gets it for Brady Arnold. Head of the key to Meininger. Back over to Arnold. His 3 right there. Brady Arnold, a smooth-looking Insoucian 3. The 5'8 junior from Millersburg, Ohio. And again the press. No time to think, no time to breathe. NSU breaks it. 3-ball by Spears. Got it. Line drive 3 from the left of the circle. It's 55-48. Sharks hanging in there despite the turnovers. A 3-ball is missed this time by Brady Arnold, and snapping down the rebound is Gibson over midcourt. Stuckey, a bounce inside, knocked away by Monitor. It rolls on the baseline. It's picked up by Spears, and then they've got a foul on Spears. They say Spears threw an elbow, and a timeout is taken. 13:41 to go. They off makes, off misses. They ambush their opponent, and tonight they're creating havoc. Lots of turnovers, lots of stoppages, but the Sharks still down by just 7, 55-48. Right of the foul circle, it's Dennis. He gets it to Monteroso into the right corner for Grossenbacher, who's passed back from Monteroso, is knocked back into the West Liberty bench by Spears. So NSU falls back defensively. West Liberty wearing the road black and working it right to left toward its bench in the second half. Hearn's got it. Gets it over to Dennis. Back over to Hearn. Now to Dennis straight away. Foul line over to Grossenbacher. They swing it around to the right to Monteroso. Now the pass by Hearn into the right corner for Kirkbride is off the mark and out of bounds. And West Liberty turns it over, and NSU will have the ball with 13:17 to go. And the Sharks down by just 7. And again the press, and the pass to the middle of the floor is broken up. Stolen away by Hearn. Re-stolen by Huffine. Bounces it over to Tarrant. Driving shot missed. And the rebound, Dennis over the timeline to Grossenbacher. West Liberty ball. Baseline left, Dennis. Gets it for Grossenbacher. Around to the right. Hearn for 3. Pinballs out. The rebound knocked to the floor. And going down is Harrison Goodrick. And going down is Kirkbride. And the call is made for a foul at the baseline. And this one is against West Liberty. It's against Kirkbride. So Kirkbride is tagged with a foul, and that is his third of the ball game. Zach Kirkbride from Zanesville, Ohio. Population 25,000. Zanesville, Ohio. 2 hours west of Pittsburgh. The 6'7" senior Kirkbride is from there. And right now the Sharks trail 55-48. NSU will inbound from the rear of the floor, going with Spears, Stuckey, Huffine, Goodrick, and Tarrant. It's inbounded over to Goodrick. Again the press. Look out. Spears has the ball. He'll have to hurry. Gets it over to Stuckey. Strings it over the timeline to Huffine. And Huffine will settle it down. NSU with the ball. Down 7. A big possession here with 12:43 to go. Sharks trail by a dozen in the first half against this harassing defensive team, West Liberty. Huffine right of the circle. Gets it over to Spears. Spears has it against Dennis. Drives in. Gets the step. And scores! Off the penetration, Spears beat Dennis. 55-50, West Liberty by 5. Left of the circle it is with Zach Kirkbride. Around to the right over to Dennis. Dennis dribbles it from the right wing to the head of the key. A bounce pass over to Kirkbride. Now to Grossenbacher. They swing it around to the right. Over to Hearn, who misses. And he falls down. And they've got a foul. So this foul is against West Liberty. They're going to have a call against the West Liberty Hilltoppers. It's against Kirkbride, who picks up his 4th of the game. NSU inbounds in backcourt. NSU trails by 5 at 55-50. Stuckey has it against Arnold, who's now in. Gets it over the timeline, over to Gibson. 11:50 to go. Gibson right of the foul circle. Now to Spears. Spears gets it inside. It's caught inside. The one-hander is up and in by the man who caught it, Goodrick. It's 55-52. NSU down by 3. Left of the circle it is with Grossenbacher. It swung around to the right over to Brady Arnold. Straight out once again to Hearn. Now to Smith. Into the right corner to Arnold. 12 to shoot for West Liberty. Around to the left to Hearn. To the foul line, Grossenbacher. Now straight out for Smith. His 3 is missed. Tipped in. Gibson did not box out Brady Arnold, who curled right around him, grabbed the rebound and laid it in. That's 5'10" against 6'5", but Arnold won that battle, 57-52. Right of the circle, Stuckey, baseline, over to Goodrick, to Gibson, around to the left of the Spears, three, good! Spears connects on a three, and look here, NSU trails by just 2. 10:47 to go. The players on the NSU bench all standing in front of their chairs on the far side to our right. Left sideline, Hearn. Hearn throws middle of the floor over to Arnold. Now, once again, to Smith. Baseline driving through, hitting is Hearn. He took the pass from Grossenbacher and scored. So Grossenbacher the assist, and the field goal for Hearn is 59-55. Gibson doubled up. Gets it over the timeline, over to Stuckey. Stuckey to the base. He makes a U-turn, goes out to the left sideline, gives to Goodrick, takes the return pass. They swing it around to the right over to Spears. Spears bulls in on Monteroso, shovels it over to Tarrant. He lays it up. He misses the shot, but he was fouled in the act of shooting by Smith. Tarrant will go to the stripe. He was fouled prior to the timeout by Smith. Tarrant will shoot 2 free throws. The Sharks are down by 4. They trailed by as many as 12 in the first half, and Tarrant's free throw tumbles in after taking a hop off the back of the rim. Sharks going with Spears, Stuckey, Tarrant, Gibson, and Goodrick. Tarrant gets one more. He's a deliberate free thrower. Pops with the right hand, and this one's on the back of the rim and off. Rebounded by Grossenbacher. Over midcourt comes Devin Hahn. West Liberty with the ball. They're up 3. Middle of the floor, it's Hahn. Right side line over to Brady Arnold. To Hahn, back of the key. Now to Arnold once more against the zone. He bounces it left, Arnold does. Over to Hahn, takes the return pass. Now to Monteroso for 3. Got it from the right corner. A 66% shooter and scorer. Monteroso nails a 3, and he makes it look easy. The great ones, the great shooters always do. 62-56. NSU down 6. Gibson over to Stuckey. Stuckey, the fine player, plays hard in practice and earns a lot of playing time. Left sideline it is with Tarrant. Tarrant's got it, tightly guarded, gets it over to Stuckey, around to the right over to Gibson, 7 to shoot. In deep over to Tarrant, backs in, turnaround one-hander off the front of the rim, rebounded by Monteroso. And Monteroso, the junior 6'3", from St. Clairsville, Ohio, works the ball out of backcourt. With it, it is Arnold. Brady Arnold throws left over to Tyler Primer. Back over to Arnold. 8:45 to go in regulation. Sharks down by 6. Their opponent, West Liberty, with the ball. Primer's got it. Driving shot missed, and the rebound snared by Gibson. 62-56, NSU. Down by 6, they get it in over to Tarrant. Reverse scoop. Goodness gracious. He missed an easy one, and it's rebounded by West Liberty. Left of the circle, Arnold. Head of the foul circle. Over to Hahn. Monteroso's got it. They get it into the corner for the jumper. That's in and out, and it rolls off for Tyler Primer. And the rebound taken by NSU's Tarrant. 62-56, NSU down 6. They still have the ball. 8 minutes to go in regulation. Right sideline it is with Tarrant to Goodrick. Now over to Stuckey. Overheads it right to Spears. Spears to the edge of the lane. Spears into the lane. Spears, the driving shot was blocked. Someone got a piece of it, and taking away the ball is West Liberty. In the lane, Arnold. His pass broken up by Stuckey. Rescued by West Liberty. Grossenbacher's got it around to the right for a 3. Ball good by Hearn. David Hearn, a 6'2" senior, hits a short 3 from the right. And look here, the lead is back to 9 for West Liberty. Gibson over midcourt. Gibson to the foul line. Gibson to the lane. He hits, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Gibson taking the ball from one end of the floor to the other. It's now